I'm now joined by Fred Tung. He's president of the America-China Public Affairs Institute. Fred, welcome to you. A striking shift in tone from Duterte from just a few months ago. So what changed?
Well, I think actually he did not change his tone. During his whole campaign, he was supporting a more conciliatory stance, working with China, and that was his campaign promise. So I think that what he's doing is really continuing on of his campaign promise and trying to work with China to resolve the issue.
How much do you think South China Sea will come into play here, and do you see real progress between the two sides? I just want to read you a quote that he said. He said, "There is no sense in going to war. There is no sense fighting over a body of water. We want to talk about friendship. We want to talk about cooperation. And most of all, we want to talk about business. War would lead us nowhere."
And I think he's right. War will lead any country into nowhere. And also, the ruling of the International Tribunal Council is on the ruling of the sea, not of the land, which is an interesting thing. What they're saying is that this piece of rock is a rock, it's sea, it's not land. So they did not rule any part of the land. And for this, it's really, there's no enforcement to be speak of. And I think that the best way to do it is for the two countries to talk to each other.
What is Duterte hoping to achieve on this trip?
On this trip, I think he wants to attract investments and also to have loans and grants granted to Philippines so that they can help the Philippines upstart of its economy.
And what does China hope to gain, sir?
Well, China certainly would like to have this opportunity, I think, to discuss the South China Sea issue with Philippines. Secondly, is to really looking at the investments and the bilateral relationship. Actually, the two countries have very, very good relationship. The diplomatic relationship started in the 1975. Every Filipino president have visited China. Most of the Chinese senior leaders have also visited Philippines. And there's 1.5 million Filipino Chinese living in Philippines. So it's century-old relationship. So I think that this is something that is just a continuation.
Well, there are areas where they don't see eye to eye or may not see eye to eye, like South China Sea, but clearly also agreement and cooperation. Talk to us about Duterte's anti-drug campaign and how the two countries can help one another.
Well, I think Duterte's anti-drug campaign is a domestic campaign, and its merits probably have to be its long-term and case-by-case looking at it. There are certain criticism from the White House and others, and President Duterte have some choice words for President Obama as well. But overall, I think that here's a president who really wants to jumpstart the economy in Philippines. If you look at Philippines' economy, it's not doing that well. I mean, it could do better. In terms of China's development, a lot of the ASEAN nations have benefited a lot. Vietnam has benefited tremendously much more than the Philippines. So I think that Philippines certainly can benefit from this relationship if the relationship is good.
All right, we'll have to leave it at that. Fred Tung, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.